Welcome to Everyday Dharma Talks, where silence becomes insight. I remember a time when I was younger, convinced that my life's purpose was to create, to build, to add things to the world. I was a painter, or at least I wanted to be. I had a small studio with a large window, and in the center of the room stood an easel, holding a stark white canvas. For weeks I saw that canvas not as an opportunity, but as an accusation. Its blankness felt like a personal failure. It was empty, and my job, I thought, was to fill it. Every day I would stand before it, brushes in hand, mind racing with ideas of grand landscapes, profound portraits, explosive abstracts. I would mix colors, make a single, hesitant stroke, and then feel a wave of anxiety. It wasn't right. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't enough. My mind was a noisy, crowded room. It was full of the paintings of masters I admired. It was full of the expectations I had for myself. It was full of the fear of what others might think. The canvas was empty, but my mind was completely, suffocatingly full. There was no room for anything new to arise. One evening, exhausted and defeated, I didn't even pick up a brush. A thunderstorm was rolling in, and I just sat on the floor, watching the empty canvas as the light in the room softened and dimmed. I wasn't trying to paint. I wasn't trying to achieve anything. I had given up. I just looked at the canvas, truly looked at it. And in that quiet surrender, I saw it differently. The whiteness wasn't an absence. It wasn't a lack. It was potential. It was pure possibility. It held within it every painting that had ever been created and every painting that would ever be. It was not a void demanding to be filled, but a silent, peaceful space inviting me to rest. In its emptiness, there was a profound fullness. I felt the tension in my shoulders release. I took a deep breath. I didn't paint that night. I didn't need to. The lesson from that small room was one that took me years to fully understand. We spend so much of our lives trying to fill the emptiness. We fill our time with distractions, our hearts with desires, all in an effort to avoid the quiet, open space of simply being. But we have it backwards. That emptiness is not the enemy. It is the very source of our freedom, the space where all true things begin. We often chase a kind of satisfaction that feels like addition. If I just get this promotion, if I just find the right partner, if I just buy that thing, then I will be full. Then I will be complete. This is the satisfaction of filling a void. But it is fleeting, isn't it? It's like pouring water into a cup that has a hole in the bottom. The pleasure comes but soon drains away, leaving us feeling just as empty as before, now searching for the next thing to pour in. It is a constant, exhausting cycle of seeking and temporary relief. True and sustainable satisfaction is not found in filling, but in understanding the nature of the container itself. Think of a simple teacup. What makes a cup useful? It is not the porcelain it is made from, or the pattern painted on its side. A cup is useful because it is empty. Its very function is defined by its emptiness. If the cup were already filled with solid clay, it would be useless. It could receive nothing. It could hold nothing. Our mind, our hearts, our life is like this cup. When we cram it full of noise, of plans for the future and regrets from the past, there is no room left. There is no space to receive the beauty of the present moment. There is no space for peace to settle. There is no space for insight to arise. The deep, quiet joy we seek is not an addition. It is a revelation. It is the discovery of the peaceful, open awareness that is already here beneath all the noise. It is the joy of the empty cup, ready and able to receive the warmth of the tea. It does not come from frantically searching for something to, but from gently clearing out the clutter that is already there and appreciating the profound potential of the space itself. So I invite you gently to stop fighting the emptiness. I invite you to stop trying to fill every silent moment with sound, every open space with activity. Perhaps the feeling of being lost does not come from, but from a mind so crowded that it cannot Hear the quiet guidance that is already within. The advice is not to go and empty your life of all your possessions or responsibilities. That is just another form of doing. The advice is to begin noticing the spaces that are already here, the spaces in between. Start with your breath. There is an inhale and there is an exhale. But in between them there is a pause. A tiny moment of stillness. Can you rest there just for a second? Not trying to do anything. Just noticing that moment of empty, quiet suspension. When you are listening to music, notice the silence between the notes. That silence is what gives the notes their shape, their beauty. The emptiness is what makes the music possible. When a conversation ends just for a moment, resist the urge to immediately pick up your phone or turn on the television. Just sit in the quiet space that remains. Feel its texture. It is not menacing. It is peaceful. The invitation is to befriend the emptiness. To see it not as a void to be feared, but as a sanctuary. It is the canvas on which your life is painted. By honoring the canvas, the painting becomes infinitely more beautiful. You do not need to go on a long retreat to find this space. It is here now, woven into the fabric of your ordinary day. Empty kitchen counter after you have washed the last dish. A space of quiet completion ready for the morning. It is the calm moment when you first wake up, before the thoughts and plans of the day rush in. That precious silent gap between sleep and the world. It is the feeling of looking up at a vast blue sky, a sky that asks nothing of you. That simply offers its boundless, empty space for your gaze to rest in. It is the pause you take before you eat. Looking at the food on your plate. Not yet consuming, just appreciating the space between hunger and fulfillment. It is the empty page in a notebook. It doesn't demand a perfect story. It simply offers itself a quiet space for your truth, whatever it may be. Meaning is not something we must build. It is something we uncover. And it is always uncovered in that quiet, open, empty space where we finally stop trying and simply allow ourselves to be. This is where all possibilities begin. Thank you for following the podcast. We will meet again in the next story. Be well.